Only thing with the White Sox, I say they've been coasting into the playoffs, and Tampa Bay's been having to win. It just depends on who gets hot.
The Philadelphia Eagles do have an opportunity.
To be honest, I thought you were going to say the Atlanta Falcons.
No, fuck no.
Oh god, yeah, that would have been warranted.
Paul George to show up again, and they need Reggie Jackson to be the best point guard left standing outside of Trae Young, who's hurt.
What is going on? We are back for another episode. I believe this is episode 12 with Mr. Keith, and I know 12. 12. This is the Week 8 NFL and Week 9 recap. Plus, we're going to go into Week 9 and Week 10 preview with the big games of the week. I am Tbone, and as always is with me, Mr. Keith. How are you back in Arizona,
good.
Kentucky?
I'm good. Done with traveling.
Okay.
You want to see me for the next 6 months? You're gonna have to come here. That's just the way it is. I'm done. You can call me a snowbird at this point because I'm over it. I'm done. It's almost November, and November is a great time because this is when football starts to turn up and it gets serious. It's starting to get serious here. Our picks got to be on it.
You know, we do have to be on it. So we are going to continue our hot streak. We're going to jump right into our favorite game of the week. We're going into the Weddle. Corey and I kept the streak alive last week.
Thank God.
We did almost lose.
Wow.
Because we guessed 3 straight wide receivers from one division, even though knowing the division was wrong. We overlooked that part. That's on me. That's on us. So let's start normal. I'm gonna go
Joe Flacco,
hometown hero. Your hometown hero, Kyler Murray. And boom, we're on the quarterback.
Joe Flacco.
Okay, there we go.
Literally is Joe Flacco.
I bet that's it. Okay, who wears number 15?
Number 15.
15. Patrick Mahomes.
Is it literally Patrick Mahomes?
That's just.
That's I mean, man. All right. Well, let's just go to hard right away. Let's
just do the hard. Okay.
All right, wait. The Vikings just traded for a tackle, so he's on the top of my head. Cam Robinson.
But the Vikings aren't trying. Don't forget that. You're not trying to win. Okay. Wow.
Again, I agree. And then they just get too excited, I think.
Okay, so he's under 6'6", older. He's 31 or older.
So
he's 31
on offense, correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. And he's in the AFC.
He is in the AFC East, North, or West.
DeAndre Hopkins.
Oh, not Dustin.
I wonder what team they have him on.
He's not even in here.
They took him off. Okay.
All right. Let's
go
to. Well, he's not that tall. He's got to be around 6'4".
Oh. Well, no, you don't know.
Tight end.
He'd be way smaller.
No, but it's yellow, which means it's within 2. It's within 2 inches.
Oh.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce.
I think. Okay, I like Kelce.
If that's the hard one though, that's a problem.
No, numbers less than 74. There we go.
Fuck, we're stupid.
We are context clues. I kept typing them in. Corey would do this. I type it in. I'm like, shit. We knew that wasn't right. I like a tight end who's probably okay.
I was an old running back of some sort.
Old running back. Okay, how about Mostert?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, he's
a little bit too old. Okay, so he's 31.
AFC East.
Probably a wide receiver.
I feel like this could be a lineman.
It's not. We already have you that.
Oh, yeah.
Wide receiver or tight end?
Let's go with Mark Andrews. He's got to be around there, right?
I think he's too young.
Oh, wait, whoa. Yeah, the number.
We
AFC.
did miss that.
We're tripping.
We are tripping. Okay, but it's not a
so
tight end either.
it is
Wide receiver.
Trying to think of a 31-year-old in the AFC East. We got the Jets.
Devontae?
Is it Mike Williams?
Devontae?
It's Mike Williams.
He's 30.
I think it's Mike.
Is Mike Williams 19?
I think he's 18.
Oh, well. It's not Alan Lazard. It's Mike
Dude,
Williams.
I had it before.
That's tough.
It was the height.
That's tough. What? Yeah. I mean, I would like some defensive players. We keep getting. Yeah. That's fine. No problem. All right. Let's start college recap first.
Let's do it.
Couple things. Pittsburgh.
First off, let's start about this. Did you think the week was good?
I won $1,600 on a very long parlay, so yes, I think it was great.
Other than that, was it an entertaining week? I thought it was pretty lame.
I mean, it wasn't great. Everything I thought was going to happen pretty much happened outside of Navy covering. They did not. That was ugly.
Oh God, I had them too. That was bad. That was a catastrophe. There was I did hit a parlay as well, a college moneyline parlay too. So like that's cool. I think honestly one of the best games was Boise UNLV on Friday night. I got out of a wedding and the game was freaking lit. And I was pulling for our boys UNLV. I was pulling for them.
Yeah, I had Boise State. That was part of my parlay. I had them just to win. I had that as the money line.
It's a close one.
But let's just take one day backwards.
Yeah,
Someone we've made Kyle McCord.
Oh my God.
Yikes.
Dude, that was so I had Syracuse literally based on our Kyle McCord talk.
Right. We've been on him all year.
We've been on him all year. I wasn't switching. Same with UNLV. Yeah. I just didn't switch.
Yep.
Yeah, that was terrible. Kyle McCord had, I believe, I want to say 3 interceptions in the first quarter.
And
he ended with 5.
4 in the first half.
Yeah, 4 in the first half. Okay, thank you.
4 in the first half. I believe 2 were for pick sixes.
So is Pittsburgh this good, or was that just a shit show? Pittsburgh, I mean, we got to give them credit though. These guys are 7-0, and from what we think, they've just demolished a quarterback that we like. So being 18th in the country for Pittsburgh is a little disrespectful in my opinion.
They haven't played a lot of people though. Like,
I fully understand that, but
Syracuse might be their best win.
But you're telling me,
I mean,
I know boys.
I mean, they only beat Cal the previous week by 2.
Oregon, so that helps. But
I mean, they beat Cal by 2.
Yeah,
that's not great. They beat West Virginia by 4.
They have a quarterback that transferred from Alabama, I believe. I'm pretty sure. You could confirm that, but I'm pretty sure. And if you look at the rest of their schedule too, like I think they actually will be playing in the ACC title game.
You think?
If they can beat SMU and they have Clemson, they have to go to Louisville and Boston College. I think they're just head and shoulders above them. They have a really good defense, and if they're like their secondary is picking everything off, this team's ranked 9th in rushing defense in the country, and nobody talks about them.
True. I don't know if they have a transfer from Alabama. Their current starting quarterback is a true freshman.
Oh.
He's never played before, and he's a freshman. I don't know if he's a true freshman or redshirt and just didn't play last year, but he's a freshman on their site.
The fuck is his name?
Yeah, I don't. This guy's Holstein.
You continue talking. I'm gonna figure out.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I know really said much about Pitt. I'm not sure until they beat an SMU. This is a massive test this week coming up that
Definitely.
they have to play SMU. SMU's is a ranked team. I don't think you can even take them seriously until the Clemson game. If they beat Clemson and SMU, okay, then yeah, they're probably in the ACC championship. And then we have a controversy for the college football playoff.
Eli Holstein redshirted at Alabama last year.
Okay, so he was a redshirt. All it said was freshman with no stats anywhere else. So
yeah, no, he never played until this year, but the kid's a baller.
Well, there you go. You had it right. Yeah, it's. I'm curious to see what they're doing. I haven't really watched them. I did watch.
Because they've been in some close games.
I did watch Duke SMU. SMU should have lost that game about 6 different times because I had Duke's points, which covered. Duke's good. Let's pump the fucking brakes.
They have a good defense. I don't think their offense is going to be able to compete with like the top of the ACC. They have a couple more losses coming.
Yeah, definitely. But they have Malik Murphy and they got Star Thomas.
Middle of the road ACC, which I don't know if that's saying a lot. The middle of the road of the ACC is a very very interesting place. It's not the best.
And I mean, they got to go to Miami this week. They're probably getting their ass kicked. Like
exactly.
I'm not saying they're like a great squad, but they're not Duke of old where they're just getting ran. Like they have some guys. They got a good running back. They have a decent quarterback. Star Thomas is pretty legit. So put some respect on Duke's name. Duke literally had the game in hand. And they just lost it. Then they went to overtime. Like
now, we talk about the Big 12 a lot. Is it Clemson, Miami for sure in the ACC title game? Because SMU and Pitt are still undefeated as well in the ACC.
Yes. Okay, I was saying SMU has a loss.
Yeah, in the ACC they are all undefeated along with Miami and Clemson.
Well, Pitt plays Clemson still and SMU.
Yeah.
So that's obviously not going to hold.
No, it's not.
I think it's Clemson I think it's Miami for sure.
I'm not sold on that.
I don't know. I just kind of have to take it that Cam Ward is just the best player. What?
Cam Ward is the best player. Klubnik's damn good too, though.
Yeah, but I'm just going to take. I'm going to take the team with the best quarterback. And I think that's Cam Ward.
Yeah.
So that's how I feel about the ACC. Yeah, I mean, this week is tough. Or what? We'll stay on last week. Other big games of note: Texas barely beats Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt might actually be good. Can we just put that out there?
No, Vanderbilt might. I think that's what I learned from that game.
Vanderbilt might just be an above average. I think whoever they play in their like bowl game, they're gonna smash. So put that little note.
Yeah,
when they go play a Liberty or some bullshit, you're like
bowl season. You're gonna put them as like the 40 confidence.
Yep. LSU gets smacked by A&M by 15.
That was tough. LSU was up at halftime. I had LSU money line. I don't know what happened because I was stuck watching the Badgers make my life horrid at the time. So
right.
I don't exactly know what occurred in that second half, but it wasn't good for LSU. I don't know how it got so out of hand. I don't understand what happened.
Yeah, A&M just kind of took over.
Brian Kelly.
Well, yeah, that was the other thing. A&M just their quarterback. I had their Wegmans passing yards, then he got hurt, and the guy who came in had
kid looked better.
Yeah, he had like 4 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah,
I was like,
he needs to be a part of the A&M offense. The A&M, like they're a sleeper in the playoffs if they use like that kid with Wegman if he's healthy. They have some dudes.
Yeah, I mean that you always hear about it. They have the number one recruiting class. Number one recruiting class doesn't amount to anything. And it might start rearing its head that hey, they got some guys.
Right.
You can't miss all those guys.
they're just as dangerous as anyone if they get in the playoffs.
I mean,
and their loss to Notre Dame does not look as bad
as
right
we
now.
thought it could have been. Yeah. I mean, they still got they should coast to the end of the season when they get to play Texas. That's gonna be a big game. A&M and Texas comes to town, College Station.
It's gonna be great. That's gonna be great. Texas is Quinn Ewers or Arch Manning gonna be the quarterback in that game?
It's Quinn. They've said this. Unless Quinn is hurt, it's gonna be Quinn. I
just disagree with it.
That's fine. I mean,
like Quinn right now should say, "Fuck it, I'm going to the NFL," and Arch should just take over.
I'm sick of this bullshit. That would be something. That would be something.
Because I think the offense can be ran better if he gets consistent playing time.
Yep. How about a Big Ten team?
Ugh.
A lot of people writing off Nebraska.
Yeah.
Keep it within 4 to Ohio State. Well,
fake Mahomes, man. Fake Mahomes. Fake Mahomes showed up to play. Fake
and
Mahomes
not really.
showed up to play. Yeah, he did, really. He did, though. He had some – I mean, the third down, he had some clutch throws at the end of the game. Not the end of the game, but leading into them coming back to take the lead. He did make some big throws. I will give him credit.
I mean, 21 for 32, 152 yards and a pick.
Yeah, but he's making big throws at the end. I know he's not hyped up what he's supposed to be. He has not been very good.
Well, he is keeping Nebraska competitive.
No, their defense is.
But he's also not costing them the game.
For now. Yes.
That's why
I'm giving him credit.
He is 18. He's true freshman.
Yeah. You're right.
So, I think Ohio State's pretty mid.
Yeah, I don't know what they really do.
Well,
yeah, not well, but where they are, fourth in the country. I feel like they should be doing things great, but I don't see the great part.
Yeah,
but I also feel like at times last year we didn't see Michigan do things as great all the time.
To start the year, sure.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I mean, we're in November this week. This is where it starts. This is where it starts, in my opinion. November is where you put your money where your mouth is. They got Penn State this week.
I mean, I guess if you want to look at it this way, if you want to compare the two, if you just want to compare the two, I believe this was the week or it's the next week that then Michigan went and played Penn State and ran the ball 37 straight times. And that was kind of everyone's like, hey, Michigan can do this. Don't fucking worry about it. We don't need to throw the ball to win. And that kind of started turning
people. This is what this game is for Ohio State.
Yeah, and so this week is – yeah. So I guess what's your hot take for –
Hot take is I think Kyle Allard, if he plays, Ohio State wins. If he doesn't play –
Drew Allard?
Sorry about that, Kyle, whoever you are.
Okay.
Drew Allard, if he plays, I think Ohio State wins. If he doesn't play, I think the other kid's better.
Yeah.
That was my take from watching the game. Pretty intoxicated at the time. But my take was, I mean, totally different. That kid can move. He can throw. About to figure out who he is because I didn't look at the time.
He's a good quarterback. They got some weapons on offense. Their new play caller from this year is creative. He's opening up the playbook. Here's the thing.
Prabula.
Sure.
It's my guy, Bo Prabula.
Oh, the tight end.
Bo Prabula. Sophomore for Penn State.
Are you talking about the tight end?
No, I'm talking about the quarterback.
I'm talking Tyler
that came in for Penn State.
Okay. Oh, he's their guy. They kind of split time once in a while. Yeah.
Yeah,
he's
big.
He's big.
If he starts, I think they win.
I don't think it matters.
Ooh.
I think Penn State wins.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm just going
to by margin.
No, I think it's a good game. Not marginally, but not like some massive beatdown.
Am I fair to say I don't like either of the teams that much?
That's what I was going to say. Both these coaches don't show up at big games. So for me, it's not who's going to coach better. It's going to be who coaches the least worst. Like, which one of these guys is going to fuck up the least? I don't know. Like,
this game screams to me that, like, these two teams scream to me. Maybe it's the teams. Like, when they go to the playoff, which I think both of them actually end up doing. Maybe not if Ohio State loses this game. Then they're playing with fire a little bit. But still being fourth with one loss, they're fine.
what?
I think these are teams that lose to the SEC. Like, right away.
Both
SEC
of them.
teams plays them
Both
and
of
they
them.
lose. Yes.
Oregon is the only one that looks like that can compete against anyone.
Right, and I didn't think that at the start of the season.
And Indiana. Give me Indiana.
Now they're oh, man. Don't even get me started.
Indiana is kind of... Here's the thing. If Ohio State loses this game, I think they're out of the playoffs because they are fourth in their conference. You have Oregon, Penn State, Indiana are all above them. You can't be 10-2 and fourth in your conference.
But there's still a chance for them to run the table, which is my point. Because if they lose this, they can beat Indiana still.
I don't think
Ohio can beat Indiana.
I don't think they do.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, that's Indiana's. I mean, but so there's a way for them to get in with two losses.
I would have felt better if they come out and smack Nebraska in the mouth, but they lose against Oregon, and their next game they only win by 4 to Nebraska. That doesn't.
No, I
doesn't
agree.
scream confidence to me.
Will Howard played. He has good stats, but I don't think he's like a big time guy. He's just not.
I don't think so. I didn't think that when they brought him in. But everyone's like, oh, he's the best quarterback in the country. I'm like, no, he's not. Let's pump the brakes on that. I mean, if they lose, they have to beat Indiana and Michigan. They can't split either of those. I don't know if they can do that.
If you think Ohio State's going to lose to Indiana, you're telling me right now Indiana is going undefeated, basically.
Yep.
That's great. They're 8-0. They got at Michigan State this weekend. They play at home against Michigan. They play up. They have a bye. Then they're at Ohio State. Then they're home for Purdue.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's that. Also, is it going to be Indiana and potentially Oregon, Penn State like that? I don't know. I think they have to make the Big Ten title game, Indiana. I think that's their only chance. I still believe that.
There's no way Indiana could have a better conference record and overall record and not get jumped by Ohio State. There's no chance. There's no chance that happens.
You'd be.
There's no chance. There's no chance.
There could be.
You are not going to look at the Big Ten and take the fourth team over the third team. You can't do that. That makes no sense.
Let's say this. Oregon goes undefeated.
Yeah.
Ohio State loses. I don't know who Penn State still plays. Let's say Penn State loses like one game and they were to win this week. And then Indiana loses to Ohio State.
Penn State plays Indiana too. Nope, sorry. I'm looking on wrong.
Man,
I'm pulling it up.
See, that's the best part about this.
Penn State should run the table if they win on Saturday. They have Washington, Purdue, Minnesota, Maryland. Either way, Penn State should come out of the Big Ten with 1 or 0 losses.
And again, that is the best part about this.
Oregon should finish undefeated.
So good. Oregon should finish undefeated. Yes.
Ohio State has the toughest schedule remaining. They have Penn State, Indiana, and Michigan. You guys can say whatever you want about Michigan rivalry game. The game is the game. Like, no matter how good one or bad or one team is,
the game.
The game is the game. You have to respect that. You can't go in there thinking you're going to piss pound them. You're going to get caught. It's happened to both sides multiple times. But yeah, it's
So you think Michigan has a chance?
I always think in that game, they have a chance, and it quickly goes away usually.
Did you like the tight end's comment about little brother?
Yeah, of course. Do you want to get into that? Because I can discuss that.
No, I don't, and I get it.
Here's the thing.
But I still feel like Michigan's underperformed this year.
Yeah, of course they have.
Right. So
but little brother is little brother. Michigan State is always little brother. That doesn't change.
No, well, unless Kenneth Walker plays.
This is true. That guy was the big uncle.
He's the big uncle.
He's big unk. That guy ran through my dreams that year. But like,
some game.
I mean, here's the thing. People want to say he like. Did you see the clip of everything? Of the end of the Michigan State game. Did you see the end of it?
Yeah. The fight. Yeah, that was not.
Everything was fine. I was good with everything until he grabbed him with two hands.
Yeah.
The little headbutt, the little hand fighting, whatever. I get it. It's chippy at the end of the game. I'm good with that. Even the little lunge, like wide receivers and corners do that to each other all the time.
Yeah, all game.
They get in his face. He didn't like lunge with his head. It wasn't malicious. The whole hand fighting and Michigan State getting the hands to the face on a victory formation, whatever. But when you want to go, well, he started it because of the headbutt. Well, if you want to go that route, no one, like, your guys putting our hands to the face in a victory formation. You started it. And then you get sunned a little bit and kind of get stepped up to, and then you grab the guy's face and you start beating the shit out of him.
Yeah.
Or attempting to. Like, no one reacted to anything until you did that. Neither team thought anything was bad until that. And I don't fucking know, man. That's just little brother doing little brother shit. That's all it is, man. Like that. What was it? 2 years ago, like they tried fighting people in the tunnel, and there's people who got arrested, and like
yes.
Everyone said, which is whatever, but
it's fine. Last thing on Michigan. Last time we were on this show talking about Michigan, it was before they lost their third game. Now, what are the new projections for Michigan? Like guaranteed rate bowl or like guaranteed rate bowl to Phoenix? It's at Chase Field. I go every year now. So
Mayo Bowl?
Yeah, like what are we thinking? Are we thinking?
I don't know. Think of I don't know. Let's look at some standings.
And maybe who's the quarterback of the future?
I don't know if he's on the roster currently. I hope so. I hope it's Jaden Davis who's redshirting this year. I would hope so.
That's been just a crazy. It's just been nuts.
Or we get a nasty transfer. That'd be cool.
They have to get a transfer. If they don't get a transfer after what they've been through at that position, that's insanity.
Arch Manning.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could see it being like Arkansas, Michigan at the fucking whatever bowl in like.
Do you know how many FBS teams there are?
Like 137.
Michigan in passing is 130th in the country.
In what?
In the country, yards per game.
Oh, yeah. Out of like 136, right?
Yeah. Like.
Yeah, and what's your point?
Go do a transfer.
Maybe the wide receivers aren't getting open.
Oh, no. I am with Michigan when I watch them. They should go back to the Dolphin days when Ronnie Brown was running Wildcat half the game. I'm serious.
That'd be fun. I'm okay with that.
That would be smarter than what they're doing now.
Hey, they look good against Michigan State. Both quarterbacks came in. Orgy had like a good amount of rushing yards. Davis Warren back from chemo. He was throwing the ball a little bit.
Right.
Like, I could see like a tunnel. I think he had a concussion.
That's what happened.
So he had this is his fifth concussion. Oh, and then he also had something wrong with his left shoulder. And so he's now medically retired. I could see like a Michigan Louisville game. I don't know. I could see maybe like a Navy. Michigan Navy. I think Navy wins. That's not good.
I think they should do read zone with Orgy and Edwards or
Mullins. I don't want Edwards touching the football. Unless they're playing for something, I don't want Edwards touching the football.
Fair.
That
All
guy
right.
sucks. That guy sucks
All right,
when it's
move
playing
on
against
from
Ohio.
Michigan. Sorry. I just had to get the updated.
Yeah. Whatever, dude. Okay. Anything else from this past weekend, or we can look ahead to next weekend a little bit more?
Braden Locke sucks.
Yeah, it's a given.
No, but that interception, pick six, we kind of had a little bit of a grip on the game for a second there. Little bit. We had a lead third quarter, running the ball not really, but half decent at times. And then he throws it to the wrong team, and it was the worst interception I've ever seen.
That happened.
And it's just the Luke Fickell era.
Corey and I talked about it. Is he on the hot seat?
No, unfortunately, no. Next year, yes. The Badgers are not going to just say screw it because they're not that kind of program. And they're just going to say, oh, well, we can't compete with certain teams.
Well,
it's bullshit, but it's just a fact. He's going to get next year. He's going to get more of his recruits in playing that he brought in the first, second year. I know how this goes.
Yeah, but here's the thing.
I know how this goes.
I know, but we talked about this. Like, where's Wisconsin's excuse when you have Indiana, who went from 3-9, bring in a new coach, 30-some transfers, and now they're undefeated in the national championship or playoff.
They didn't play Alabama. That's their excuse. I'm not saying that's my excuse. I'm saying that's their excuse.
I'm just saying, in terms of roster construction, the whole waiting for the guys you recruit is no longer an excuse.
Oh, I agree, but they don't do very well in the transfer market. They go get a quarterback every year, and he tore his ACL. There's their other excuse.
Yeah, I'm just curious.
I'm just saying that's their excuses. And they're just going to look at their schedule compared to Indiana. That's what they're going to do. We played Alabama. They played FIU.
That has nothing to do with the
Illinois.
roster. You're going to tell me you'd rather go to Bloomington, Indiana than Madison, Wisconsin?
Fuck no.
Exactly. So the whole we can't get transfers, we don't have money is a bunch of bullshit.
It is a bunch of bullshit.
So why is he not on the hot seat?
You just asked what their excuses are.
But why is he not on the hot seat then?
That's not his fault. That is the program's money. That's not his money. That part's not his fault. That part's his fault. And I don't think he's done bad with bringing guys in. I really don't. Like, Tyler Van Dyke is way better than Braden Locke. Like, Tyler Van Dyke was supposed to be the quarterback. He tore his ACL. I mean, I don't know about that. It's just like, I don't know. So who knows? But they have so many excuses on why this year is what it is. And I just named them off, and I could probably keep going. So next year we can have this talk when they start the same. But they still have to play Alabama next year.
I didn't know Maine had a football team.
Is it FCS?
I guess they play Oklahoma this week.
Jesus Christ!
All right, I didn't know that. Okay,
Lonzo Ball.
Because I was going to go look because yikes! I was just going to look at Florida's roster because they have a quarterback.
Lonzo
Ball could have been probably pretty good for Wisconsin, but they kicked him out of the building.
Who?
Yeah, Graham Mertz. And they lost DK, their best wide receiver, also to Florida. I'm just saying.
How good do you? How good?
I don't think good. I can.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like, in Graham Mertz, what has he done? He's at Florida, and Florida fans. I bet Florida fans would say he's one of the worst quarterbacks they've had.
Well, he's not even the starting quarterback now. It's DJ.
Well, yeah, because he tore his ACL too.
Yeah, I know.
But he was.
I mean, DK is leading.
That Florida team's
second in receptions, second in yards, tied for first in touchdowns for the team. So DK's not.
Honestly,
doing bad.
I'm going to be honest with you. Florida, after the Miami game, I didn't watch them one more time, and I don't plan on.
I mean, they go first.
What is even their record? What is Florida football's record?
4-3.
Really?
But let's just talk about who they have left. They play.
Are they going to become bowl eligible? That's my question.
Probably not.
Okay, I mean that's fucking Florida.
I'm just saying they play Georgia at
Georgia.
Texas,
Oh my
LSU.
God! Look at the schedule.
I know. They might get. I can't even guarantee they get one more win this year.
They are. They're good. They're going to beat Florida State.
I don't know that. I don't know that.
They are. No, they are.
I don't know that.
No. You do.
I don't.
I've watched them a lot this year. Unfortunately, you do. They are. Now, you want to talk about a guy on the hot seat? I don't give a shit if Norvell went undefeated last year. If he is not fired from Florida State,
going 1-10.
Yeah, I mean,
Yikes.
He has to be. But yeah, they're going to get the doors blown off by Georgia. Then they're going to get the doors blown off by Texas.
Georgia's only 16.5-point favorites.
Yeah, and I'm taking Georgia. Thank you for just talking to me about that.
Yeah. Also, speaking of teams that should cover their points, so we can go back to Michigan. Michigan. Oregon's only favored by 14.5. I'm taking Oregon. I don't know in what world Michigan covers 14 against fucking Oregon.
So those two games, and those two games are like, it's weird when you do like big name schools, and they're a lot worse right now on paper than the other big name school that's way ahead of them. I've noticed it's always at about between 14 and 16. This happened 2 weeks ago. God damn it. It was Tennessee against Florida, 14.5. Florida covered. I had Florida. I don't know why, even though I just talked shit about them. And then there was another one I can't remember. But also this year, Alabama. No, it was USC, Wisconsin. Wisconsin was 14.5 dogs.
They did not cover that.
Did not cover. Wisconsin was 14.5 dogs against Alabama this year. Did not cover. I mean, so these random like 14.5ers, they're probably going to get killed. I would say I would take the minus every time.
Yeah. Also another game. I don't know why this is one of those weird lines. Why is Illinois, who just beat down Michigan and then just got their ass kicked by Oregon, right?
Yes.
Why are they dogs at home to Minnesota? The spread is Minnesota -3.
Minnesota is starting to pick up some like steam right now. Like people are starting to like Minnesota. The quarterback's playing really well. They just blew out Maryland. I don't think that means much, but they did just blow out Maryland. Illinois, they had the Purdue game. They beat Michigan. I don't know what that means anymore. And they just got blown the hell out against Oregon. It wasn't even close. It's just a bad game, like flat out bad game. I could see Minnesota winning that. I feel like Illinois potentially could be on the
stinky line.
Stinky. They're teetering and they're teetering out, I feel like.
I don't like the line. I just don't.
No, the line's terrible.
It feels gross. I don't like it. I do like, however, Indiana -7.5 against Michigan State because Michigan State sucks ass. Yeah, they barely covered a touchdown against Michigan, and Indiana is much better football team. So take that for what you will. Is there anything else big college that you want to touch on?
Not right now. We're kind of in a holding period here with college football.
Yep. Okay. Let's go over to the NFL. The game started off fantastic for me, winning a nice parlay on Thursday night off a bullshit no call on Sam Darnold.
No, that's not why you won.
That's why I won. That's
not why you won, though. They probably still would have lost that game. Just saying. I'm just saying. But the rule is bullshit, and it's. I can go on and on and on, but I'm not going to blame a loss on the refs. I'm just not.
No, that's fine. I don't care about that. I won my parlay because of that call. Because it caused the safety, which put the over at 50 when I had 48.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I had 48.5.
Oh my god.
Everything else hit super early. I had like Stafford and Darnold passing yards.
The
Jefferson
first quarter was
yards.
unbelievable.
Oh yeah, we are rolling.
It was unbelievable.
And then we're sitting at 47, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? What is this? And then the safety happens, and it was awesome. I had 48.5. So, yeah, it was great to start. 28 points at halftime, and then we score 10. It was, but yeah, that was fine. So that was a good start. Browns upset the Ravens.
Winston,
Lions.
baby.
Yeah, just should have known that. Jameis Winston come back. I do like, in terms of my long-term play, that Saquon outperformed Derrick Henry this week. Love that. Browns, like I said, beat the Ravens. The Lions piss pound the Titans. There's a lot of lines that were double digits. A lot.
I had
Ravens were double-digit favorites. I think the Jets were touchdown favorites. I believe the Broncos did actually cover that. Were double digits. The Chiefs were double digits. I mean, there's a lot. I don't think the Eagles were. Eagles kind of rolled the Bengals a little bit.
No. The Bengals. They were two. No, the Bengals, I think, were favorite.
Maybe.
The Bengals were favorite because I had a money line, a small, like, minus 120 or something.
Sure.
Yeah, that was. I don't know.
Yeah, what was your biggest surprise of the weekend?
Honestly, how bad the Bengals played. I thought that was one of them. The second half, they were so bad. They were so bad, and like the whole. And I thought they were like coming back to it. It was like Joe Burrow's leading the way, and here they come, and everybody's been down on the Eagles all year, and then they just kind of threw it back to like when they were in the Super Bowl year, and they just blew them out in the second half. It's the best I've seen the Eagles play. I didn't see it coming. The other surprise everyone's going to say is the Ravens losing, because I've been on the Ravens wagon. There's something about that game. Jameis Winston at home. I don't know. It's his first game. There's like a new energy in the building, which is crazy, but because the last guy tore his Achilles, but it is what it is. But there was just a new vibe. And so it didn't surprise me that much. But I mean, not a lot of crazy things. Are we surprised by the Jets at this point?
No. A little bit. Not surprised.
Hail Mary was a surprise. That's the talking point.
That was fun. That was fun to watch. But before we get to that,
yeah,
the weirdest stat of the week: the Lions win by about 40. Jared Goff didn't throw for 100 yards.
Yeah, no, I played him in fantasy. He was terrible.
I don't know how that happens. I mean, I do.
How diabolical the Lions are.
85 yards for 3 touchdowns. Ooh. His QBR is 15.3.
That team,
he had a high rating, but what?
That team's nuts. They did it in every way. I mean, they had the turnovers that got deep in the Titans' own territory. They have the two-headed monster that is like
Sonic and Knuckles.
Think to me, it's one of the best two-headed monster running backs I've seen. Like Montgomery.
Yeah, I mean, even Montgomery only has 33 yards rushing, but he's got a passing touchdown too.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah.
I mean, Gibbs ripped off that 70-yarder. He puts up 127.
They're just like, I mean, they're playing on a different level right now, and they're calling plays on a different level. Ben Johnson's got them playing, doing trick plays. Nobody has a freaking clue what's going on when you play the Lions. Like
none of their wide receivers had a good game. I mean, Laporta has 16 for fantasy, 6 for 48 and a touchdown. But okay, Khalif Raymond, didn't he have like a return,
90-yard punt return? I mean, they even got that. They got the punt return.
Even Amon-Ra, he didn't have a good game, but he caught a touchdown. I don't.
And don't get me wrong, the Titans are a train wreck, and this shows it. But man,
yeah, Titans are fucking bad.
The Lions are making the NFL look easy.
They are. Okay, to this Hail Mary. What do you do with that guy who is shit talking the fans on the last play, as the ball is snapped, not paying attention, sprints over, is out of position, I have learned, tips the ball not down, up, and backwards to awaiting Noah Brown. What kind of punishment can one while that the ball even got there? Fine. What do you do? Is that just the most Bears thing of all time? What do you do if you're the Bears? How do you address that lack of awareness, lack of attention, whatever you want to call that?
I might say something weird here, but I don't think there's anything you can do.
Tell the team.
I don't think there's anything you can do because the Bears' defense has been good this year. Yep. He's a starting corner for the Bears. That is a starting corner. Like, you cannot do anything. You can just say, you know what? He said sorry. And that's what they did. They said he said sorry. He came in. He said sorry. He felt bad. Like, is that enough? No. But, like, and could that game cost later in the season? Yes. Yes, it could. It really could. They haven't played the division at all, the best division maybe ever. They haven't played a single division game. So that game, like, that would have been a huge win for the Bears. That took them ahead of us, too, if they would have won. They would have been third. We would have been fourth.
Yeah, I mean, if they win that game, it puts every team in the NFC North with 5 wins.
Yeah, like, and that's a huge win. Now it's like – and now they're outside of the playoffs even after that. I mean, it doesn't matter right now, but I'm saying if you look back and let's say the Bears go, I don't know, 2-4 in their division game or whatever it is, if they struggle in their divisional games.
Just the back half of the season because now their shit in 3 weeks gets real.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So if they struggle, which they could struggle in their divisional games, they usually do, and the Lions are a juggernaut. The Packers absolutely own them. They'll probably beat us once. That's all I got to say. Probably beat us once. But if you split and you like get swept by the other two, you're 1-5 in that stretch, and that puts you to 8 losses when you could potentially have 7. That's like a swinging factor of the season.
You could be 10-7 opposed to 9-8.
Yeah,
that's massive for the playoffs with the expanded playoffs.
Yes, so it's there's nothing. That's the thing. There's really nothing you can do because I still think there's a lot that the Bears in that game, like they were on a bye, and for some reason, some teams do this. The Vikings have done it historically. They go on a bye, and it's like, what did you do during the bye?
Nothing.
The offense against one of the worst defenses for 3 quarters was on an island. The Bears were awful for 3 quarters after the bye.
I don't know if the Commanders are a bad defense, though.
No, I mean, they might not be because I think they've gotten better as the season's gone, too. Yeah. It obviously shows with their 6-2. But, I mean, the Bears had momentum going offensively. They
ran the ball. Swift had 129 yards. Like, they're not.
Well, he broke a 56-yarder or something.
I know, but like, it's not like they're not running the ball effectively. So,
I mean, yeah, but they're not passing the ball effectively.
No,
all of a sudden, I get, and that's another thing. Probably they did play crappy opposition before the bye, but I mean, it's just crazy for me to have an NFL team look so unprepared for like 3 quarters, and then you lose a game by being basically unprepared. That's nuts. Like,
it's tough. That's tough.
The Vikings have some dumb shit that happens in their history, but the Bears,
they take the cake every time. Them and the Browns.
They do. It's crazy. I don't know. I'm not a Bears fan, so I don't know how I would feel. But
how do you feel? I guess.
Crazy.
It's. I don't know. The Bears are going to bear, man. How do you feel about the Dolphins, though? Because Tua's back.
They are what I said they were.
Tua's back. They look better offensively, obviously.
And they lost to the Arizona Cardinals at home.
Is Arizona bad, though?
No, I said this before the season. One of my bold takes before the year was the Cardinals are going to the playoffs.
Yeah, they're not. They're 500 right
now. They're tied for first in the division, which is not. They're probably not going to win that division. I can see them making the playoffs. I see the Seahawks falling apart a little bit in that division, and the Niners are going to win the division. The Niners are going to win the division.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. They're going to win the division. They're just not as bad as the other ones, I think. But the Dolphins, when I look at the Dolphins, there's no way. There's no reason. There's no reason they should have lost that game. Tua's back. I don't care if he's rusty. He didn't really look rusty. I thought he was fine.
But compared to the quarterbacks they were putting out there, rust even for Tua would be better than what they had. Clearly, they actually scored points this time.
They also had the game. They kind of just pissed on themselves. I'm beginning to think no, I already know this. Their organization makes dumb choices. They just do. Mike McDaniel. There needs to be a conversation on him because for some reason, other coaches in the league, and I'm right about this, can get backup quarterbacks to win games. Mike McDaniel, with weapons, they can. That team has weapons.
I don't know, man. You don't like Mike McDaniel.
Not out there. They look like the worst team ever. Tyreek Hill, Waddle, David A-Chain. They have Mostert is the next back. They got guys on offense, and they look so bad when another guy comes in because his offense is too complex, and that guy cannot coach it to anyone else but Tua. He needs to sit with one guy for the entire year. That's the only hope he has. And the problem is this guy gets concussions all the time.
So they just got to bring in a new quarterback. So it's Tua's fault, not McDaniel's
fault.
No,
it's not because if you
because when Tua is healthy, that's a good offense.
For a year, it'd be terrible for a year because he doesn't understand what's going on. They run the weirdest offense in the league.
No,
it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch. Do you think that? All right, how are the Dolphins going to finish this year? If Tua is the quarterback, if he makes it the whole year, where do you think the Dolphins?
6-11.
Okay. Well, what?
6-11.
What?
6-11.
We're arguing for Mike McDaniel, and there's 6-11. You're saying? By the way,
they'd be going 4-6 the rest of the way.
By the way, my biggest bet of the year is I'm waiting. I'm going to be a few drinks in. It's going to be Thanksgiving night. Mm-hmm. The Miami Dolphins, the brain dead Miami Dolphins, with Tua, maybe not Tua.
Maybe.
They're going into Lambeau Field at the end of November. It could be 30 degrees. I mean, it could be 20. They are going to get absolutely
I can't wait. Oh, no.
Demolished on Thanksgiving. Looking at this game all year. It's like the stupid organization versus the smart organization. It's going
to be so much fun. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to be nice and full.
Oh, yeah.
I assume we're going to be nice and full from some good turkey, maybe some ham. I'm going to be on my third plate, maybe snacking on some pie. I get to watch the Packers play on Thanksgiving, beat the shit out of the Dolphins. It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, I hate it. And I saw the schedule. I'm like, are you kidding me? The Packers get to play them on Thanksgiving. Kind of like when we played the Patriots a couple years ago on Thanksgiving against Mac Jones. So I guess this is one back. But I
mean, at this point, it's got to be a Lions-Cowboys-Packer game every year on Thanksgiving. I don't know how the Packers got involved in this. It was always Lions and Cowboys, but now the Packers have kind of snuck their way in to being the
They
third.
They wanted a Thanksgiving game at Lambeau. I don't think it's ever happened. I think that's what they were
I love it. I'm perfectly glad they're here.
I think it's smart. I do.
Yeah, we've talked about this because then a couple weeks later we get all the fun Christmas stuff. Like that
I'm just saying, I'm going to hate every moment of that because I know the Packer fans are going to be on cloud nine that night. So I'm just going to bet everything I can possibly bet on the Green Bay Packers that night. And I'm going to try to feel good about myself.
Yeah, I mean, that Christmas week, we get NFL football 21, 22, 23.
Black Friday.
25, 26.
Am I stupid? Is the Jets Black Friday? Because that would be bad.
I don't know that. I can look. The Jets are not.
The Raiders and the Chiefs. Well, forget it. I'd rather have the Jets. Oh.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
Hey, that Monday night game, Browns-Broncos, though, it's going to be a barn burner.
I mean, it's not even that.
I can't wait. I can't wait for holiday football. Holiday football is the best. I can't wait.
Lions. That could be.
That's going to be a good game. That's not going to. I don't know if that'll be a good game. I don't know.
Giants Cowboys will be a mid-off.
Yeah.
I don't think it's actually going to be a good day. And then,
I don't either.
And there
That's
could
going
be
to be
like
the time
a lot
when
of blowouts.
you're going to want to start. You're going to want to start eating right around 3:00. Turn the game off with background noise.
And then you get the Raiders and the Chiefs, so everyone can just suck the Chiefs off. A lone game. They're going to just destroy whoever the quarterback is at that point. Okay. Well, we're a little early on the holiday football, but I'm going to throw a fit once it happens.
I can't wait. That's fine. I can't wait.
Why can't we flex some games into that? Why can't we?
No.
Steelers, Bengals. They play that week. Let's move them in there.
That'd be a better game. I'd watch that.
Eagles, Ravens. Let's push that in there. 49ers, Bills. Those are all games that we put them on a holiday. We can all have fun.
They got to have some good games on that Sunday, though.
Well, Sunday, it looks great. I just looked. It looks great.
It looks great. So we're going to have a gret week of football is our point. There you go. All right. So enough about this last week. The week coming up, we have a Thursday night game. Texans, Jets. Jets are favored?
Jets, hammer.
You want me to hammer neg two
Hammer!
Jets? No.
The Texans right now. Okay.
I understand Diggs is out. Nico won't be back. I get that. Why are you on the Jets?
Okay.
Why?
The trajectories right now, right? The Texans right now, they're going a little here. They're here. The Jets they're on the floor. They are on the floor. The Jets are on the floor. There's no way it can get worse. None. No chance. They have to go up a little bit. And I really do think the Texans have been struggling. I watched them last week. They should have lost the Colts. It was a disaster at the end of the game. There's something about Stroud right now. It's not looking as good. I think now he's got less targets to throw to this week. This week is going to be the first week where he literally has Tank Dell and Hutchinson and whoever else.
They have Joe Mixon and Dalton Schultz.
Yeah, I know they have Joe Mixon and Dalton Schultz. But again, I think this week Jets are at home, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Jets are at home Thursday night. Doesn't mean a lot, but I think it does because they have a terrible taste in their mouth from this past game. They're getting ripped apart in the media. Everyone's slamming on them. But Aaron Rodgers, he's been in the dark before. You've heard him.
Good time.
You heard him, and he likes the dark.
Yep.
And this is going to be one of those games where Aaron Rodgers is he's going to buckle it up. I don't think the Texans' defense is that good personally. I think they're a little overrated. I dropped them in fantasy. I think they're a little overrated. I think Rodgers-Adams, this is their game. And I think the defense, Hassan Reddick, did he play last week?
I don't know. I think
he's back.
He's back, yes.
He's back, and I think that improves the defense, who's been terribly soft this year. Terribly, terribly soft. But I think this is a Jets spot, and they're -2 for a reason. This is one of those disgusting lines. They're trying to get you to bet on the Texans. They're like, the Jets are the worst thing in the world.
And I am. I don't dude, the Texans lost to the Packers and the Vikings.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
The Jets couldn't beat the fucking Patriots.
Yeah. Right. But that's the NFL. That's the NFL. It's weird shit that happens every week.
Yeah, I'm hammering.
And the fact that the line is to the Jets makes me even more confident that.
And if I get got, I get got. I'm hammering the Texans. There's no way this is real. There's just no way.
Aaron Rodgers has been in the dark. That's
if I get got, I get got. That's fine. I can't, in good conscience, bet the Jets.
It just depends too how the crowd is in New York. If they go out
Thursday
there,
night, no one's gonna care.
Right. I want them to at least still cheer for the team. I don't want to them just to get booed on the field right away.
I do. They already do. They already boo them.
Yeah.
All right. That's gonna
love that game though. Love it.
Let's see. On the noon slate, anything really stand out? Cowboys, Falcons. I got Falcons. Dolphins, Bills, whatever. Raiders, Bengals. I don't like Bengals minus 7.5. I can't read them right now.
Who are they playing?
Bengals Raiders.
Oh God, I'm taking the Bengals. I don't care.
Neg
I know I just got on the Raiders. I bet the Chiefs this past week. I can't. I cannot do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. The Bengals.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, because I got by fucking the Raiders not being able to throw to Brock Bowers.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't. They were on the goal line multiple times. Not even a look. They ran the ball 3 straight times for negative yards at the 2. Just not even looking at their best receiver in the end zone is just. It was very disheartening. I will say that because it would have won me a lot of money.
Disheartening.
I was just like, what the fuck is going on? This is awful. Chargers, Browns. It's like a pick 'em. It's Chargers minus 1.5. Cleveland, I don't know.
Yeah, that's rough.
Stinker of the week, Patriots, Titans. Yikes.
Holy crap. You're telling me that's got to be the worst game of the slate all year.
Saints, Panthers. Also this week.
By the way, this is going to sound disgusting too.
Can't wait.
Panthers +7. I'm also hammering. It's disgusting. But
Who the fuck is Dalton throwing to? Deontay Johnson's gone.
Is he back or is it Bryce Young still?
It doesn't matter. Who are they throwing to? Deontay Johnson gone.
For sure. Adam
Thielen gone.
To come back. I think he's supposed
He's
to
on
come
IR.
back. I think he's supposed to come back.
I don't think so.
I think he might. Anyways, it doesn't matter. They're gonna Chuba Hubbard's gonna go crazy. It doesn't matter. This is the Saints defense is so bad. They're so bad. And Spencer Rattler, this whole Spencer Rattler thing's not working. He doesn't have anybody to throw to.
They said it might be Jay Kaner. But then there's times that
doesn't matter. It's the same thing.
I understand that.
But if Derek Carr might play too, I heard.
Yeah, Derek Carr might play. So if you
then
I'm
just out on the game.
I'm probably out on the game regardless, but yeah. Let's see.
You know what's a weird line? Commanders Giants. It's only 3.5.
Yeah, give me the Commanders. I'm taking that.
I would probably, but it's one of those disgusting lines again.
Divisional game too.
Yeah.
Here's one I don't like. Baltimore Broncos. Baltimore neg 9.5. Bo Nix is slinging it.
I told you that this year. That's
I know. I started him in a daily fantasy lineup, and he won it for me.
I feel like the Ravens don't ever cover big spreads. Or am I crazy?
Nope, because I believe they were double-digit favorites last week, and they lost.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to ride the Ravens, but man,
I'm also not a Broncos guy. I'm not a fan of the Broncos, but
that game's disgusting. I probably won't bet it. There's not a lot of games I like here, but I will say, this is why the Ravens, to me, I could not pull the trigger on like a freaking Super Bowl bet. Like they're favored by double digits. How can you trust a team like that? The Lions favored by 11, they win by 40. That's why I bet them to win the Super Bowl, because I can trust a team like that. The Ravens are so like up and down, and I don't get it. I love them, but I don't get it. They don't make sense.
Well, you know what also doesn't make sense is why your fucking Vikings are on Sunday Night Football.
Have you seen the slate?
Yeah, it should be Green Bay, Detroit.
Well, they want that for the late afternoon Fox.
I know.
Yeah, because that's the only one, I think.
Sunday night? Yeah.
No, it's I meant Rams, Seahawks is on at that time too. But the country's going to get Lions, Packers.
As they should.
And that was what they wanted to do with the Commanders, Bears. It worked out pretty well. No, Sunday night, they wanted to get the Vikings off noon. That's what happened. They've been on noon almost all year except the Thursday night game because Darnold was on the fucking team. Yeah. So they wanted to give him one chance on Sunday night. We'll see. I'm scared to death of that game, by the way. Like I always am. But I have rightful...
Yeah, you are going against Flacco now, not in...
Yeah, exactly. I have rightful reasons. Now, with Richardson, well, the spread was 7 when Richardson was a starter. Flipped to 5 right when Flacco was named. That's crazy. Total sense. It should be less in my eyes.
Yeah,
the Vikings right now are on like a teeter too with their season, I think.
You've been saying they were a teeter ever since they started.
They have been. But right now I can see, like, finally with the schedule what it is, like right here, this game, if they did beat Flacco this game, which I don't think will be easy at all,
right.
If they do win the next 2 weeks, they're 6-2 if they win this game. The next 2 weeks they play at the Jacksonville Jaguars. They've lost all their receivers. They traded their left tackle to us, and they have they are a shit show. They lost 2 wide receivers in the game against Green Bay. Trevor Lawrence, no one's going to block for him, and he's got no one to throw to. The Vikings will win that game, I assume, and then they play the Titans. We know the Titans story.
You guys should win a lot of your games.
That's what I'm saying. If they beat the Colts, the team is 8-2. Then I'm on the green side of the grass then. Because then it's 8-2. I think even if they fuck it all up at the end, they'll probably win 2 games and get into the playoffs at least. But if they lose to the Colts, I think it gets interesting down the stretch because you're 5-3. I think it's a big difference to be 7-3. And then they have games that are like 50-50s to me.
Yeah, man, it's going to be interesting to see. I think the Vikings still take care of it. I mean, I don't know.
So you'd pick the Vikings.
What?
So you'd pick the Vikings.
Yeah.
My biggest worry is just the fact, rated in PFF right now, I know that sounds weird to say, rated in PFF, the Colts offensive line is number 1 in the NFL. The Vikings have not pressured the quarterback for 2 weeks. Just nothing. We've got nothing. They had no sacks last week against the 26th ranked offensive line. And now you have Flacco that actually knows where to throw the fucking ball, unlike Richardson. So if he's got time back there, I mean, he could pick us apart.
Yeah, but who's guarding Justin Jefferson on offense?
Agreed. But that's what I said about the fucking Rams. It was literally the same thing.
Yeah, and Justin Jefferson had a great game.
Yeah, and then Darnold just like pooped himself second half.
That'll happen with Sam Darnold at quarterback. You got to understand that's going to happen. Let's just cover. I mean, if we talk more, we can do it on Thursday with whoever else is here. Last game that we do want to talk about, that beautiful game, interdivision matchup, Lions-Packers in Green Bay.
Right, so you can handle this, but I just start here.
Yeah.
Who's playing quarterback for the Packers this week due to injury, and then go from there?
I don't think it matters. I think Green Bay takes care of business.
Whoa! I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I don't think it matters. Because you saw Malik Willis come in at the end of the last game. So the concern when he got traded here and he started those 2 games, he's only been here 8 days. Whatever. They did the game plan around him. Okay. I have to imagine in the time since he has been hammering and has to be ready to go in case Love's knee acts up again or something happens. Now, this looked like a sprain or something or nothing crazy because he kept playing. What?
A groin strain is what they said.
Yeah, like he kept playing through it and he would still be able to make good throws. Just he's probably at like 60%. He didn't look great moving, but and then you have Malik Willis come in and immediately brings them down the field and they win.
Change the game.
Like, oh, here's a little play, 50-yard pass, no problem. I'm as confident with Malik Willis at quarterback as I am Jordan Love. Malik Willis will probably take care of the ball better.
Yeah.
So I don't really care on that end. I care who's healthy on defense because that Lions offense is fucking electric. I think this is a lot more Packers defense versus Lions offense than Jordan Love and the offense against the Lions defense.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can get beat either way. You can get beat by Amon-Ra and Goddard, or not Goddard, Laporta and Gibbs in the passing game, or you can get beat by Montgomery and Gibbs in the running game. They're very dynamic, but Josh Jacobs looked really good last week as well. If you have Malik Willis in there, he can kind of run the ball. He's shown times to be able to tuck it and run and move. Jaden Reed, you got some dynamic plays there. I don't know how it's 3.5. Detroit 3.5 in Green Bay. That seems like a lot. If you want to tell me 1.5, 2.5, fine. I don't think Detroit can get this by a field goal. Green Bay's too good. I just don't see it at home. It's gonna be a nice, cool 50 degrees on Sunday. Give me the Packers plus 3.5.
All right. I mean, hey, so my thought process here is, well, me at least, I'm taking the Lions until the Lions don't fuck me over. Basically, and that's it. I mean, they've been such a cash cow. You really can't look away from them right now. Yeah. They could. I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout, but I don't know who's going to play at quarterback. I think genuinely this is the game if Malik Willis plays where he finally struggles a bit. I don't think he struggled once. I really don't when he's been out there. So I think this is the game he kind of struggles a little bit. Maybe not turn the ball over like a Love potentially because, he turns it over a lot. But it's not even that. I think it's just going to be tough to move the ball. Like it's a little bit of a different defense, and I'm not saying they're like amazing, but they make big plays. Like they just make big ass plays. The Detroit defense,
they're schemed well. They're schemed well.
That team has the best coordinators in the entire league. Not even close.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things was being able to keep the line Ben Johnson as their OC.
Oh yeah.
And him not going to a head coaching job because people were definitely looking at him to be one. But for the Packers side, I could see them playing it safe with the Lions. If they win with Malik Willis, great. If not, fine.
Yeah,
next week, they go to Chicago. Then they get the 49ers, the Dolphins, then they play the Lions again. I think they want Love better for the Bears.
So if I was the Packers, I agree with you. I'd throw Willis out there. I think then you're not even. Also, in my opinion, I think LaFleur, he's coached so well this year. I think he has literally a separate playbook for Willis. Like there's the Willis
we're now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're now 6 weeks from Willis' second win. So like. Now he's been on the team for 2 months. He has such a better understanding of everything.
But I think he's literally running a different playbook.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, even from when we saw him beat the Colts to beating the Titans, you saw the evolution of Malik Willis in the Packers offense immediately from week 1 to week 2. Now we're on week 10, 9. Even if it is a different offense, I'm confident that that LaFleur will game plan well enough that it won't matter.
Fair.
Then it'll be competitive. I
think it will be competitive too. It's a division game. I think it'll always be. But I think there's one matchup area where I see the Lions being better at. But when it comes to the Willis thing, I think in the Packers' best interest is to play Willis. Yeah. Because I think it just helps you not get a look. They have to play him again. And then if you throw Love out there, it's literally a completely different game.
Whereas you already played the Vikings.
Yep. You lost.
Once. They lost. Granted, Love's first week back, whatever. It was close.
Yeah.
But so now, if you don't have to show your full cards against your two top division rivals in Minnesota and Detroit, okay. So now I think they can beat the Bears straight up no matter what. You don't got to hide anything with that. Put Love out there, fine. You hide Love for a game against Detroit, you got to play him in a month anyway.
Yeah.
So, and they're going to have a little bit more time to prepare because they're both going to be coming off of the Thanksgiving game. So they both have like a week and a half to prep. I could see them sitting Love, even if he's better, because then they're going to play the Lions and Vikings again, basically with a new quarterback. Yes, it's still Jordan Love.
If he's healthy, but yeah.
By that time, he better be. But
well, who knows? He gets hurt differently every week.
Right. It's been relaxed, dude. But yeah, you get to hide him against the Lions. You probably limited him against the first game in the Vikings. Granted, they still almost won. They lost. Yeah, I could see him.
Here's my difference in the game. And why I'm going to take Detroit till I can't take Detroit anymore against anyone. This isn't just the Packers, but the offensive line of the Detroit Lions and their running back tandem. I don't think there's anybody in the league that can seriously sit back and say, yeah, we can stop them. I think the Packers' defensive line is fine. I like their secondary better than their front seven, personally.
True.
I don't know. This might be a bad take. I think Rashawn Gary's a little overrated. I'm just going to throw it out there.
Yeah, he hasn't performed great so far.
And I think they can run on anyone, and I think they can run on Green Bay. And I think that's a difference, especially when you take it like in Green Bay, they're on the road. The only real way you take a crowd out of a game, I feel like, in a big game is just, we're going to fucking run the ball down your damn throat. And I think there's a possibility that happens. Could be wrong. But I think that's like the key to the game. I really do. I think it's the running of the football by the Lions. And I agree. I think the biggest matchup is the Packers defense versus the Lions offense. More than anything else. Agree with you. So until the wheels fall off, I'm going to ride Detroit. I don't even care the line. I don't even care anymore. Just give me Detroit until it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's going to be a good game. I'm excited for it.
Either way, I think it'll be a good game, no matter what the quarterback is.
Right. But that's about all we got for now. We've kind of gone almost an hour and 20. If we can get to another episode, whether Keith is here or not, I don't think Keith will be here. But if I decide to get a guest, do something on Thursday, I've been told Keith will be back for good next week. 2 days a week, ideally. We don't know what days.
We don't know what's going to happen.
Usually, we're either going to do a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or a big Wednesday. That's the goal.
You never really know what the week's going to be.
True. I also got the coaching job. So
you did. Congrats.
I did. So I am. Yep.
Yeah. Host Tbone.
In exactly 1 month, I get to go return to Eisenhower and play as a rival coach.
That's always fun.
No, I'm not excited for it. No, I'm not excited for that.
Me, when I played coach at Whitnall, I got thrown out of the game. I went to Cudahy. So just don't do that. You know that?
Wow. I got a warning in our playoff game when we played at Greenfield for playoffs.
Oh no!
I got a warning.
Double check, and it was very quick, and it was a joke of a call. But double check real quick.
You know what? Bring up that. We're gonna have to have a segment.
Suspended, by the way. Suspended 1 game if you do that.
We're gonna have to bring up a coach.
WIA. Didn't know that.
We're gonna bring up some clips, and I want to. Is that online? Can we find that game online? Probably.
The Cudahy one, probably not. No, because Cudahy doesn't use YouTube, and I don't know if I don't think I have Huddle for fucking. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, probably not because new staff.
Cudahy doesn't do that because of course they don't. But no, suspended for the next game against South Milwaukee. I didn't know that, and I had to watch it on the YouTube stream.
Were you allowed to be in the building?
No, I was not. I watched it in my living room. Yeah, watched it in my living room.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, no. So yeah, if you get thrown out of games, and I had to talk to the athletic director. I'm not a bad guy, by the way. If anybody's watching this and they think I'm a bad guy because I got tossed over a game, just so you know.
By the way, for people that don't know, this would be a JV2 game, not a varsity game. Let's make that one clear. We both have been JV2 head coaches and varsity assistants, so I've been
JV1 at St. Cat's and then JV2 at Whitnall, and I got tossed out doing JV2. So how does that work? I don't know, but
I've gotten teed up only a couple times. I've been borderline tossed. I had a tee, and then one of my players got a tee, and his name was Nate. And so the AD heard that, Ike had 2 texts on Nate, And so they thought it was me, and he's like, "You got 2 techs?" Like, I was like, "No, I got 1." He's like, "Wait, what?" I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh, you're thinking the player Nate, not Coach Nate." Okay, yeah,
Yeah, no, I have one other tech, and it was at St. Cat's, and I kicked my chair.
I broke. Oh,
That was it. I just kicked my chair. That was it. I'm not a bad guy. I don't know how it even happened. Honestly, I really don't know how that happened.
I don't usually get it for my actions. I get it for my sarcastic remarks.
Mm-hmm.
Like he'll say something like, "I didn't see that one," and be like, "Yeah, you haven't seen a lot tonight, have you?" I get a little mouthy with the refs. It's kind of
when it happened, I was yelling very much at the ref. I was down toward the baseline when I was yelling at him.
okay.
So that got the tech. So then you have to go sit down when you get it. Right.
Yeah.
So as I'm walking,
Mm-hmm.
back is to the ref, walking to the chair.
Yeah.
I gave him one of these.
Yeah.
Gave him one of these, and he just sent me out.
Ah.
Yeah, that's a guy who's reffing a JV2 game in Cudahy. That's a guy.
Mine was similar. I was on the baseline when I got my tech, and I was borderline, and he was like, "Okay, sir, you got to go sit down." I go, "I'd rather fucking sit down than watch this shit." Like, I didn't say those exact words, but I was basically like, "Yeah, I'd rather sit down. I don't like to stand anyway. You're doing me a favor." Like, yeah, thanks. You just didn't punish me for that. Great, I get to sit down. Fantastic. I prefer to sit when I'm coaching. Some people don't like that.
I'm a
Whatever.
standard.
Yeah, some people think their coach should stand. I don't. I like my guys to just be comfortable and play. So I was literally like, "Thanks. Wow, you got me, man. You making me sit down. It's what I want to do anyway." That's kind of how I said it.
I like talk with my hands. So the fact that I got thrown out for basically doing that.
Yeah.
So
it's like, "Do you want to leave?" And I'm like,
my head.
"No, but yeah."
No.
Kind of like. So, yeah, we
also sitting in a Cudahy classroom for the second half was fun too.
It's the one right off the side. Like
yes.
Yeah,
I think that was my health room when I went to high school there. Yeah, that was my health room class when I went to high school there. So
still is a health room.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Glad.
Yeah, my guys had to change in there. That was our locker room.
I hope Cudahy got new locker rooms, and I hope they got.
Nope, they got new decals on their doors and windows. Last time I was there, like a year and a half ago.
I think I probably saw those too. Then it wasn't that long.
Yeah, it's.
Anyways,
that's gonna be a new section. Once I start coaching, we're gonna say, "Hey, film breakdown section."
Yeah, it's just gonna be like 5-10 minutes after that. Like
what did I do wrong here? Because
like a kid missing a screen or something. Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to get back into coaching. It's gonna be the best. I'm gonna have some more stories. Yeah, now I get to bounce ideas off you. Be like, "Hey, I need an out of bounds play. What am I doing here?"
Oh, I'm all in.
I know. Can't wait. It's gonna be a good time. So that will be coming in the next month. Game 1 is in a month to the day, and I can't wait. I think I'm gonna go all black in game 1.
All black. Are you going to a funeral?
Ike's funeral. So here's my thought, right? If I got, because it was basically either gonna be JV or JV2. I was fine with either one. I wanted JV. Yeah, I wanted to be either one, or I was fine with either one. I looked at it. If I go JV2, if I'm on JV head coach, I get to go coach against all the kids who I just coached last year, and I know how to beat those kids because I coached.
So you did JV.
I'm JV2 now.
Oh.
I was JV2 last year. If I wanted JV so I could play the kids I just coached.
Right.
But now I've also thought about it. Since I'm JV2, I get to go play the guy who took my job.
It makes sense. Yeah. No.
So that's another way to think of it, and that's how I am thinking about it.
That's awesome.
And so now it's like, let's go motherfuck the team.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, I'm not petty. I'm not bitter, but I do.
JV, by the way, way better to coach, in my opinion.
And I've been doing JV2
just
or
because if you're a varsity assistant, you get the guys that don't play to go play with you. I've always liked that factor, by the way.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, fair. I did like doing that. Luckily, everywhere I've been a part of, they've been pretty good about keeping freshman classes together, unless they're like going to start or be in the rotation for varsity as a freshman?
My first year coaching, that did not happen. At St. Cat's, first year, Tyrese and Kamari were freshmen, and
yeah, I'm sure you didn't get to coach them.
Yeah, no, I coached Tyrese for 3 days on JV, and then he scrimmaged some of my friends and dropped 30 on one of my friends that was like a basketball player, and I never saw him again on JV. So that was it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I had that happen. I think I lost my second year at Nike. I lost 6 of the top freshmen that year.
Yeah, I remember that when they were really young.
Yeah, two went up right away. Your last year coaching. It was that year. 2 went up to varsity right away. The other 4 went to JV, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll go 17-5 with these kids. And no problem. We did. We're fine, 17-5. I understand you were undefeated. I understand we were both 1 in that year. No problem. Didn't get to play each other, but it's whatever.
Yeah, it's BS.
You would have lost.
We played Milwaukee. That's why. Because they took the crossover from the varsity. That's why.
Yeah, that's why. We would have played. I said we should have played each other. We should have got in a little side gym and played each other. We would have won. You would have lost. It's fine.
Yeah, we don't know.
We do. We don't have to.
We don't know. I don't remember the last time I lost a game.
I do. That means it doesn't mean enough.
Bad. I don't really know. Probably. Damn it. FIU. Anyway, we gotta get off this.
That's fine.
Nobody cares anymore.
I care. All right. We'll see you later this week. Maybe not. If not, we'll see you next week.
We need New Mexico State to score.
New Mexico State. Let's go. All right. We're out of here. See you guys later. Peace out.
See ya.
The only thing with the White Sox, I say, they've been coasting into the playoffs, and Tampa Bay has been having to win. It just depends on who gets hot.
The Philadelphia Eagles do have an opportunity.
To be honest, I thought you were going to say the Atlanta Falcons.
No, fuck no.
Oh god, yeah, that would have been warranted.
Paul George to show up again, and they need Reggie Jackson to be the best point guard left standing outside of Trae Young, who's hurt.